Oh yeah.
Anyway, what you have right there. So somebody had, well, sheriff's department has people pulled over down the road. It's a highway and shit there. And they're blocking half the highway off with another car. Yeah, whatever their reason is. Ooh, it's a felony stop. Well, what is a felony? You got an ounce and a quarter of pot. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Oh, they're hurting everyone. Fuck that. This property's paid for. You're not coming here. Well, I'll play it right now so they can tell you to come here. You're not doing it. You will die.
Have you seen what 7mm do with helicopters?
And this is nothing against law enforcement. No. I just think it's way overblown. Way overblown. Oh, fucking think about that. An ounce and a quarter of pot ruins you forever. You're a felon. How many of those cops have probably smoked way over an ounce and a quarter of pot? Probably every single one of them when they were younger.
Yeah.
So they should never be allowed to be cops.
Uh-oh.
Think about it. Not that. It is that. It's
not. It is that. But
it's a bunch of it's everything just control. Why do you need that? Why is he blocking the road?
Why is he in our video?
Yeah, he shouldn't have to be on our video. They could have dealt with that. It's only one car. There's probably two people in that thing.
Yeah.
If you're a cop and you can't handle two people, pussy, you shouldn't be one.
Well, we don't know the circumstance over there, though. I mean, it could be
circumstances. Let's go block out the fucking road.
Yeah, I mean, but as far as I know, it could be like there's some guy
highway.
Yeah. But he could have asked for a supervisor because they legally have to do that, and that could be the supervisor.
Well, he could be. He doesn't have to be where he makes me feel threatened for my liberty.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be how he's.
I live here.
Pretty bad.
He doesn't. He doesn't live here. I live in this area.
Yeah.
I live right here. Owned and paid for. I fucking it, and I'll go die for a cop right this second. If they got in trouble, I'll go die for them.
Yeah.
Whether they're fucking up and doing something stupid that I don't believe in or not, I still do it. The second they come step on this thing trying to tell me what the fuck to do, it's not allowed.
Just start bashing.
What the fuck's necessary at the moment?
Start bashing.
I'm not just going to start bashing. No, I'm not.
No,
I'm just like...
Just joking around.
No.
Something said.
Can I help you? You know? You're no longer in Harrison County. This is my property.
This is my house.
I own it.
Yeah. Get off.
So, whatever you are does not mean you can tell me what to do on something that I own. So let's first get that thing out of the way. Number one, ownership, personal property, guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States.
Yep.
Should they be able to just walk up into your house
without a warrant?
Even sometimes with one, and tell you what to do. Because a warrant nowadays, they weren't thinking that, because it wasn't possible then, let's make a phone call to a judge and wake him out of his sleep. When that's going to instantly piss a judge off.
He should be like, whatever, get a warrant, whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. No, back then you had to go to court. Sir, we have this finding, this evidence, and this. We need to go look in this dude's stuff.
And this ain't training day.
Exactly.
You can't just give me a takeout menu.
Do whatever they want to. Yeah. That's where it's come down to, and that is the problem. And there's starting to be a lot of good constitutional believing law enforcement officers, which he had, a run-in with the other night.
Yeah.
They were good dudes.
They were good dudes, I mean, you want me to tell the story? I could. It's a short story.
So just kind of shorten it.
Yeah. Me and a good friend of mine, he lives in the city, kind of local. But we were walking around, and, his neighborhood has curfew. Curfew's 10 o'clock. We're out at 2 a.m. in the morning. We're just walking by the park, had a backpack on, whatever. Dressed in all black like I do. Well, at first it was kind of weird. 3 cops with their lights pulled up behind us. One of them, rookie kind of punk. Other one, 40 years old. Cool dude. And the other one just didn't care. He's whatever. Guy who talked to us, I forgot his name, but he was the 40-year-old one. He was pretty cool. He pretty much all it was pretty much where you going? I was coming from this girl's house that lives right down the road from Ann's. Hanging out. And honestly, he was really cool. I was talking to him. I asked him what he felt about teens using their constitutional right, because I also had a run-in a while back, and this guy got in my face and telling me, "Oh, you're a teen, you don't have any fucking rights, yada 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 yada, whatever." Yeah. He was like,
so neither does the babies being slaughtered.
Oh yeah,
in their mind, I guess.
Yep, it is what it is.
They're not 18.
Well, no, they're not 18. Yep.
So I don't know what but it does lead to that.
Yeah.
So,
but
I don't even realize that.
They were cool. Yeah, they were cool. They were funny. We hung out. They offered us to get a ride home, but we were trying around the corner from the house, so we just walked. He did come to the house, talk to his dad, but his dad was chill. He was being respectful, just saying, "Oh yeah, we're just making sure he got home safe, because there's not the best neighborhood ever, because there has been car thieves and rapes and stuff." But yeah, there's good cops out there. I know a couple. I've had encounters with some. Yeah.
And we have no idea what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, as far as we know, that could be a murder victim, but
it doesn't
probably
matter.
Not.
We're just saying it does a lot of times get to the point of ridiculousness.
It does.
How many people have you see on the news where this 90-year-old dude was tasered to death? Why would you even have to even do anything to a 90-year-old dude?
I mean, he probably couldn't even walk.
Why would you have to even touch them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could just sit there and say, at worst case scenario, do that. Please sit down.
Okay, sit down.
Please sit down, sir.
Yeah. But tasing? Really?
It's ridiculous. And
I mean, I can see it if the guy was like, "Oh," pulls out a gun.
Well, you just shoot him.
Yeah, shoot him. I mean, tase him. If you don't want to kill the dude, tase him.
You're not going to tase somebody. They obviously didn't pull out a gun, or they wouldn't have been tased.
Yeah.
So just somebody not listening to you. Well, fucking newsflash. We're Americans, and our job as citizens of this country is to tell you no at times.
Well, here's this.
I hate to be the one to break that to you. That is what our job is.
Hey, cops. You get paid by taxes. Who pays taxes? We do. You work for us.
Okay. Yeah. And whether you're paid by us or not, we have the biggest army in the world.
Yeah.
You know how many men have rifles in their house? Please stop. What if you're told to do something, and I know all the good ones don't agree with it, the idiots just, "Oh, this is cool."
Yeah.
Whatever, we're gonna go kick ass tonight. The good ones are like, "This ain't right," but they have to do it anyway, because what are you gonna do? Just quit, and you don't waste all them years learning to be a cop, and then you got your wife at home, has a brand new baby, some bullshit like that. Not saying it's bullshit, but just don't do it.
Yeah.
Just tell them no. Just, whatever you got to do, and get with your fraternal order of police. Whatever you got to do. I think the fraternal order of police has been subjugated to an extent, which they're pulling this car over here, and right over here. We know these fuckers sit there and they sell tons of methamphetamine. We know they do.
Yeah.
And whoopie-doo, the car that actually just slipped right past them, look where they're going.
They're going straight to the house.
Come on. That's the kind of shit that what this video is about. And that is exactly where they're going.
That is, yeah.
And that person probably had a broken tag light or something.
Yeah.
You can't pull up behind a car with if your headlights as a cop are working correctly, you see their tag. Why do they need to have a tag light? If you have headlights behind them and see exactly who they are, put it in my computer. Why do they need a tag light?
Yeah, and speaking of my girlfriend, she got pulled over for the most stupid reason yesterday. She was turning onto her road, right, not even a minute away from her house. Sheriff's department was coming the other way. She forgot to take her high beams off, so they gave her a ticket.
On her road.
On her road.
To me, that makes all the difference in the world. You're riding around the middle of downtown and you go driving around doing that.
Like, this is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
She owns 400-something acres.
Be pulled off.
400-something acres. One car happens to be sheriff. Oh, forgot. It didn't even blind the dude, though. He was turning in, didn't even blind him. He was passing her and pulled him over, But he was nice about it. He was, but gave her a ticket for it for not turning her high beams off. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to think, there's not just thousands or tens of thousands of laws. There's hundreds of thousands of laws, if not over millions of laws. Nobody gives a shit. Even the cops that enforce them don't give a shit how many laws there are. That's the problem.
Give a shit about some of the laws.
That's the problem with, they got so many stupid laws from 100 years ago that I've been told, hey, we just don't enforce those. Well, if you're not going to enforce those, why are you enforcing these?
Yeah.
But that is, I believe, in the big problem with law enforcement. I don't have one, but the problem with how they are being utilized is they're being overtasked with things that they don't even really want to do.
Not even that, some of them are even being militarized.
Well, all of them are being militarized. And on the area that we stay at and live, every single one of the patrolmen in this particular agency, if they stay there long enough and they go over to go train with SEAL teams, that's all fine and dandy if it was thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not rob this dude's house. But no, we're still talking about in the context of having these over 1 million laws.
Yeah.
So, do I want some dude that's trained to go after thou shalt not kill, which that's the only reason you should be trained to do that, telling me about the tag light?
Yeah.
What if that's all I have a problem with, and I just ask you, hey, why is it illegal to not have a tag light?
What if I have no money?
And then you go kick my fucking ass or something like that.
I have no money to get it. Honestly, in some cases, I think if you're like getting pulled over, I think you should be able to give an explanation, and if it's reasonable enough, then let you go. But
they should, and that depends upon the officer. Some of them may, but nowadays the more things are being computerized. And electronicized, and they're starting to come out with digital tickets and stuff. Where the computer prints them out of the computer. There's no way if your family member is a cop can sit there and erase that ticket.
I mean, not even that. They have right before you, or like some turns or whatever, right before you go onto a bridge, how there's that little guardrail, the metal guardrail. They have little sensors.
It's the same technology. It's gunshot detectors in a lot of places.
Yeah.
They put them all over cities everywhere in the United States.
Yeah, and they could email you a speeding ticket. I've heard about that.
The gunshot detector doesn't just do that. It's a big microphone. Them little metal hairs that come out.
Yeah.
Just vibration through sonic waves bump into them, and they go boop, 100 yards this way, that, and listens and hears it. But here nor there, we need
common sense.
We need people, and they're trying to make us act like grown-ups, I guess. I mean, that's what some cops would say.
Yeah.
We already are. we don't need somebody. Our parents do that. You need to promote good family values, stuff like that, instead of saying, "Oh, well, some of them didn't do it." Well, the higher echelons of government had made that an impossibility to the highest crime areas, and I'm not saying they're products of their environment, but I didn't used to believe that, but they are in a lot of ways because their family's been taken away because you can't get certain welfare benefits if you have a father in the house.
Yeah.
It's just single woman has a kid. Okay, well, she's a young girl at that point. She's still totally innocent. She just has a kid, doing the best she can. And then, boom, she gets all these benefits.
Yeah.
Fees and boom, and she's doing absolutely nothing.
At all.
And that becomes her way of surviving. And then she has another one and gets like, boom.
Even more.
And a tax break.
Yeah.
The earned income credit. Yeah, it does help a lot of people out in hard times. I don't believe in it.
I think people should be able to take care of themselves instead of letting the government.
Why are you getting way more than you ever paid in just because you have a kid?
Yeah.
I mean, I could say in my own personal belief, and it will piss a lot of people off, and it is something that even benefits me, and yeah, I enjoy it, a tax return. Since most people do not make a certain amount above this line here of you make so much money a year, you get a tax return back of pretty much what you paid in. Then you got 3 or 4 kids, so you get $6,000 back on top of your regular return with the earned income credit. I don't agree with the tax return period, because if you're paying a tax, you know how much growth we would have if you're not only taxing the people that own stuff. Here's the people that own stuff, the company you work for. They're going to pay you more if they have more money.
Yeah.
You're the guy down here, this is them. They have more money because it's not being taken from them, and they're not being taxed so much that they build their fucking company and their factories over in China. But everything that you see is made there. It's unbelievable.
Like
that a communist enemy, one of our biggest enemies that have sworn to defeat us in several generations, everything we buy is made by them. Come on.
Really?
That's just a small part of what pisses us off. Can you think of anything else? It got turned into a bunch of different things.
Yeah, it's just a rambling video, you know? Back to the China thing. You know, the thing is, like, yeah, we owe them so much money. The thing is, China's economy is falling right now. You think if their economy fails, you know how screwed we'll be?
Everything we buy is made there.
Yeah.
We have very few factories.
We owe them so much money. We're in debt with them so much, and they're starting to, their economy is starting to fall.
Yeah. They're going to get so much in trouble, they're going to say, okay, well, we need our debt back.
And we will be screwed.
The thing is, they say that and it makes me so mad when they say we owe this debt. I don't owe them fuckers anything.
Yeah.
I ain't never asked, hey, Chinaman, can I borrow $10? I've never done that.
I never, like, this jacket's made in China, this leather jacket. You know, I never went over to China like, hey, Chinaman, make me a leather jacket.
Yeah. So, y'all need to really think about this word called authority.
Yeah.
Even if you're a renter, by law and common law, which supersedes any other law, even nowadays legally in a court, common law supersedes. You can't drive 65 and a 55. It supersedes that. If you could find a way, you'd probably lose because that's just the way shit is now.
Yeah.
But this authority word, it's not that I have a problem with authority. It's if authority's done correctly, I'm gonna follow it.
If authority's misused,
and I don't need some people telling me what to do inside of my doors that have completely sold the entire country out.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
to an enemy country.
I mean, if you're doing what you're doing inside of your doors could be bad, yeah. I mean, you're doing bad stuff.
I don't care what it is, short of taking hostages, murdering, beating up your wife. Yeah, you shouldn't. Don't hit women.
Yeah, no. Rape.
Yeah, rape, which is part of the hostage thing, shit like that. No, they should be able. Methamphetamine, yeah, that is a big problem.
It is.
But I still have a problem with even any kind of drug. I don't care that's inside your house.
Yeah.
You got people that sit there and sell this whole country to people that kill little babies just because your family had more than one of them.
Yeah.
You don't have the authority. There's that authority word. You don't have the moral standing to be above me to tell me what to do pretty much anywhere inside this country, as far as I'm concerned, the way it stands right now. Now, if things get set back and let's believe in our country again, Ronald Reagan, oh, America's great.
Yeah.
Fine.
Speaking of presidents, just popped up.
Pardon?
Speaking of presidents, popped up.
Okay.
For the presidential election coming up, honestly, I think Ted Cruz should get it.
I do. The way it's gone for a long time, I have a problem with trusting any of them.
Yeah.
I'm scared of him too.
I think he's the best.
But I really don't have anything bad to say that I can think of about him, except for one thing: the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Yeah. Why did he vote for that? What that is it's an agreement of these countries and that have the corporations that are in all these different countries. It spans global market. The rules of that company supersede the rules of the country in which they operate. Now, I don't like doing that to anybody else. Just say we go down to Bolivia and kick some dude out of his hut because it's on this company bought that land and this dude been living there for thousands of years.
Yeah, thousands.
But when it comes to, I have no like for that at all. To me, that's no different than anything else, and we'll bring it to the point of the United States.
Honestly, I think when he was did that, I think he was going to the money factor when it came to that.
I don't know what his reasons are.
Maybe trying to get us out of debt, but
that's the one thing that scares me, because that is a complete conglomerate of the New World Order.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Skynet, this and that. But back to our point about the guy in the hut over in Bolivia.
Yeah.
That's wrong there. And it's also wrong here when everybody remembers 2 years ago that the Bundy Ranch situation. What that was this dude. He's probably wrong in a lot of ways and belligerent, whatever. But and I don't care about that. But the point is, this dude has been grazing land on the Arizona, them states out west land for over 100 years. His family has been doing that, and the federal government goes and they just buy states' lands, and we'll get to that point in a minute. And they tell him he can't do that, and he owes so much money for these grazing rights. I don't think he should be having to pay anything. Just because you make it a law, don't make it right. And so we have the Bureau of Land Management go down there, and they capture this dude's cows, and what ends up happening to those dude's cows, they just killed them all. Yeah. The ones that they captured. They let some of them go and gave them back to them. But the militias from pretty much every single state in the Union. We'll call it pretty much the militia of the United States. They all went there and they put a stop to it. And they had a standoff. Had the dudes that are still in Oregon right now, as far as I know, they're still holding that. The Bureau of Land Management place, which is federal park. But they stopped this because, like the point earlier, it was wrong to kick that dude out of his hut.
Yeah.
His family's been living there for thousands of years, so this company buys it. What that goes back to is our China point. What that is they're saying that the reason he can't graze his land there is it's a wildlife refuge. The federal government owns it over some frog, lizard, snail, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It's fake. What it is the Chinese are planning to set up factories and shit like that there, and whether this gets us killed or not, that's what the real reason is, and the militia of the United States stopped it. So, and since then, and even before then, the Chinese government has been trying to cajole our guys, saying, oh, y'all owe us this much debt. We demand y'all disarm the United States people. Well, let me tell everybody in the world this. The only thing stopping everybody from being under a horrible tyranny and death and destruction like Hitler and Mao Zedong and Stalin is the American man inside his house with a rifle. It's not the military, it's not the Marine Corps, it's not SEAL teams, not even carriers and nuclear strike groups. It's not that. It's this man with a rifle inside his house. So, y'all need to take a real hard look at that and come home inside your minds and start thinking of your backyard.
Yeah.
That's why we came up with the idea of Backyard Defense Network, because you're not thinking of, oh, that's our town.
Yeah. You're defending your backyard.
You have to start here and think of this. If you can't defend this,
you can't defend anything else.
You're not going to make it out of here it doesn't mean anything to you, because nothing means anything to you if you don't care about that. But that's my thoughts on the China thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Ted Cruz, I believe, would be our best bet for the presidential election.
I think so, but the man who did bow out, Rand Paul, everybody knows his dad, Ron Paul, and then you got Rand Paul. They're both doctors.
Yeah.
You know.
But right now, honestly, how things are going, I think Trump's going to get it.
Trump likely will be elected if Obama allows there to be an election.
Yeah.
Which you can go a year from now and say, oh, it didn't happen. Well, so what?
Yeah.
You know, it is a possibility, and that's something that you need to be planning for in your backyard.
Yeah.
You don't go out and go meet up with a bunch of people and say, oh, let's do this. You take care of this first.
Yeah. This
is what's most important to you. Your dad, your mom, sister, whatever you got.
Your cousin.
You take care of this first. Once you got this secured, go network. Then go network and say, okay, if we believe this, what are your ideas on what may fall? Because everybody, go ask any cop off record, and they'll say, yeah, no, we've actually been training for that.
Yeah.
Shit to break down. All the millionaires are buying land in Belize and little places like that and shit like that. Ted Turner has giant tons of acres down there and always has.
Yeah.
Because he's planning for this.
You know.
So, if all the top people are planning for it, you need to think about it. Because they know. One
thing I do think people should start do is what his dad actually has been saying for years and years and years. Gold and silver. You gotta buy gold and silver. Because once it hits the fan, paper money, dollar bills ain't gonna mean nothing. All currency probably will be in gold and silver and precious jewels and metals like that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, what it was explained to me when I was a kid about the gold and silver stuff, and it comes down to guns and butter. Guns is stuff that you can hold in your hand, stuff that's not perishable, and it can last and get you through times when you're not going to get other things. Butter is stuff like
cell phones.
Number one is paper cash money.
Yeah.
That's you'll read on your dollars, it says C note. That means credit. It's a credit. The Federal Reserve owes you $1 worth of gold. Legally, you're supposed to be able to go hand them this and get $1 worth of gold. I dare you to go try it, because you probably will not.
Yeah.
But it's guns and butter. Guns means shit that you can take a rifle and it's going to last hundreds of years if properly maintained.
Yeah.
But butter is like bread or like butter. Butter goes bad. It goes bad and
melts,
it fucks up. It ain't worth shit. It doesn't last hundreds of years. Like, and he's talking about the gold thing, and that's going to last a while. I mean, that's going to get you through probably the first stage of it.
Yeah.
But after a while, when people start really starving to death and they weren't properly set up with their network, whatever it is, that gold ain't really going to be worth anything. They'll give $100 million of gold to get a bite to eat.
Yeah, and you'll be like, oh, it's $100 million. So, I got offered $200 million yesterday. I need to feed my family.
Yeah, my number one offer,
protect the ones you love,
is that. But to you guys is when I was speaking about the guns and butter, to protect the ones you love is water.
Water and food.
Stock up on water any way you can. Put water in just every Coke you drink. Fill the bottle back with water.
If you have to, put like a cap full of bleach, or even vinegar.
Vinegar works very well. It doesn't harm you in any kind of way.
Yeah, I mean,
it does pretty much the same thing bleach will.
Yeah, but it's natural. Well, not it's healthy.
Healthier
than bleach.
Yeah, I mean,
if you have to, I mean, it'll work.
And if you can, use a filter, your little Brita pitcher or whatever you got. Yeah. And any kind of good filters you can get. The Swiss make good ones. Mm-hmm. We're going to review.
Zero Water's a good one. I own one.
Excellent. Zero Water probably works very well. Remember the first commercial they had? This dude poured a glass of wine into it and it came out water. I actually want to try that. We might actually review the Zero Water and see, and we'll take a glass of red wine and see if it comes out water. So, any more things, Mr. Patton? I'm going to deal with something here that needs my attention. You have the floor.
Like I said, guns and ammo. That's one thing I think you guys should have too, because you need to protect yourself. If stuff hits the fan, there might be people going around looking for stuff to steal. Crowds of like mobs, like the Purge or something like that. That's just my 1 cent on that. But this is just a rambling video, but I think that's it for the night. This is Backyard Defense Network.
Signing off.